After 8 seasons, this journey with the Buffalo Bulls has taken us to the national championship. This has been the greatest year of this dynasty. We've had some amazing wins and some crushing losses, but I think we've used all 3 of our losses this season to get better and be ready for the biggest moments this season would ultimately present. Our second playoff run has been an astounding success, with everything finally coming together for this team. The defense has consistently rose to the occasion, and the offense has continued their dynamic ways. I think we're playing some of the best football we've ever seen in the dynasty. One by one, we've taken down Tennessee, Syracuse, and then Purdue. The true freshman quarterback Kenyon Traylor has led the offense, and the disruptive Antoine Gatto has been one of the best defensive players all postseason. We sure have come a long way in this dynasty from the early days of struggling in front of hundreds at UB Stadium. It's crazy to look back and see all these empty seats. But this was a struggling program, and those early years in the dynasty were not easy. Every game was a fight, and there were some bad losses in that stretch that would have made it easy to give up on this program ever succeeding. But with time, we managed to put the pieces in place. I look back at the bowl game in Season 3, the first bowl game in the series, as one of the biggest turning points to show how far the team had come. That was a shocking win to blow them out 41-6. And we've just continued to add on year after year through all the eras of Buffalo football. Back when E.J. Colson was launching deep balls to Braylon Staley, the program finally had an identity. We were competing for conference championships at last. And after a couple awful losses in previous years, it was David Ogbonna who led us in Season 6 to the first MAC Conference Championship of the Dynasty. We had the chance to play in our first college football playoff, and we put a good performance on the field, defeating Auburn at home in a massive playoff win. We'd ultimately go down in the semifinals after what was easily the greatest season of Buffalo Bull football. 2 years later, we're back, and we've made it to the national championship game this season. And there are only 2 teams left standing. The Buffalo Bulls take on the number 1 ranked West Virginia Mountaineers in this season's finale. It's time to crown a champion. The stage is now set. Buffalo and West Virginia go head-to-head. The Mountaineers defeated Colorado and USC on their road to the title game. And we have 2 teams with very different identities. Buffalo has more of a physical, ground-and-pound approach, while West Virginia is a pass-heavy team from the Big 12. Buffalo last lost to North Carolina, but they've now won 5 consecutive games, 3 of those in the postseason. Especially these last 2 games, we've established our run game very well and complemented it with stellar defense, with some of our best pass rushing performances. DeMarco Lacumbo has played 2 of his better games in these last 2 weeks, with 83 and 90 yards in those 2 games. Antoine Gatto has 13 sacks on the season, 4 of those over his last 2 performances, and he'll now play his final game as a Buffalo Bull. And of course, Kenyon Traylor has been magnificent throughout the entire season. He's only thrown 3 interceptions, granted 2 of those have come in the playoff, but he's been a dynamic presence in this offense, and he'll go toe-to-toe with the runner-up for the Heisman Trophy this year in West Virginia's quarterback, Amari Hoskins, who will be throwing to Greg Morant, who was in the top 10 for Heisman voting. West Virginia has shown the ability to win the low-scoring slugfests and the high-scoring shootouts. Hoskins has thrown 43 touchdowns this year to 8 interceptions. He's put together 2 excellent years back-to-back and has thrown 6 touchdowns and 1 pick over the 2 playoff games. Devin Harvin is a 1,000-yard rusher in the Mountaineer backfield. And there are 3 very productive receivers in this offense. Their defense has come to play as well, especially against USC. Can they slow down the Buffalo running game? We've established the run game early and relied on it throughout games to make it this far. And both defenses are going to have their hands full taking away what the opposition does best. Welcome to the biggest game of the Dynasty, everybody. It's time for one more battle. And Buffalo has deferred to the second half, and they'll kick off to start the game here in Indianapolis. We've got Morgan Grassmanis, and he kicks us off in the 2032 National Championship. It's taken from the goal line, and Buffalo rallies to make the tackle at the 14. Quarterback Amari Hoskins takes the field. He is a redshirt senior playing his final game at West Virginia. With jet motion, they fake a cross and run it right up the middle. It's Devin Harvin in a 16-yard burst. That same motion now handing off and met. It's a stop for Buffalo. Devontae Carey in the first there. Second down, Harvin again. And he's wrapped up by Brian Dragosevich to set up third down. Buffalo in a soft zone, and Hoskins settles over the middle and connects with the tight end, Jared Pope. At the 43, a counter, and there's a block that springs Harvin. He's in the secondary now. Down to the 30 of Buffalo, and he's ran for 47 on his first 3 carries. Hoskins protected, threads the needle inside the 10. What a pass this is. Jeremy Beebe on the reception. And looking for an opening drive score. They run, and Hodell the first there. Edmond cleans up, good tackle. 3rd and goal from the 6. 4 on the rush. Hoskins in trouble and sacked. It's Larry Wheeler. And the first drive comes to an end. West Virginia will have to kick. Stephen Clements down the middle and good. It's 3-0 Mountaineers. And it's Buffalo's turn now. We've seen them run the football extremely well these last 2 games. DeMarco Lacombo's in the backfield along with the true freshman quarterback in Kenyon Traylor. And they start with a delayed give. Here's Lacombo through the middle and a good start with the 12-yard run. A lot of second-level blocks on that play. 1st and 10. Now Traylor keeps. Should have given that inside. It's no gain. Still in the pistol with Lacombo on 2nd down. And Traylor loses the ball. And DeMarco Lacombo falls on it. Lucky to still have possession, but now it's 3rd and 12. They drop 7 in coverage, and Traylor takes off. Nobody near him. Runs for the first down to midfield. Motioning across Oscar McNabb. And here's his first catch. It goes for a first down and a 15-yard pickup. Buffalo to the West Virginia 34. The give is to Cleveland. Good cut. Now to the outside with the speed. He's gone. Touchdown. 34-yard score. Untouched for Keenan Cleveland. And there's that dynamic running game on display. Safety came down pretty wide, and Cleveland had the speed to burst right through that lane. And the Bulls take a 7-3 lead here in Indy. Drive number 2 gets underway. 3 receivers to the right. Sweeping left. Nowhere to go. Good tackle. Devontae Carey. Hoskins met with 3rd down. Fires down the sideline. What a grab. Going to Beebe again to the 43. Hoskins now fakes and goes down. That's Antoine Gatto on a 3-game sack streak now. And the Buffalo all-time sack leader adds another one and drops the Mountaineers way back. 3rd down and 18. Safety's way beyond the marker even, and it's a screen. Buffalo rallies, and they will get off the field. Great start to this one for Buffalo. They get drive number 2 underway, and it's a screen for Oscar McNabb. Good tackling, though, by the Mountaineers. 3rd and 4, Lacombo's in. Passes out, and McNabb a little shy of the marker. What'll they do? 4th and 1, and the offense stays on. Aggressive, and Lacombo, he's got it. With this line and this backfield, we go for those. From the 44, here's Cleveland, lifted up and slammed down, gaining 5. Near midfield on 2nd down, stepping up and launching, looking for McNabb. He makes the catch! Touchdown! Buffalo strikes again with the big play offense. We've seen more of this in the postseason. On occasion, we're going to take our chances and try to make the big play downfield. 2nd and medium near the 50. I love that spot to look downfield. And Buffalo makes it 14-3. That puts some pressure now on the Mountaineers as they fake the jet motion again. Hoskins extending and goes down. It's Wheeler. Buffalo getting some consistent pressure early on. And now we have some movement. And the Mountaineers jumped early. 3rd and medium becomes 3rd and long. Another halfback screen. Nice tackling carry, and this is as consistent as I've ever seen him. The Bulls are rolling early. The Mountaineers need a counterpunch. And down goes Traylor for a loss in the backfield. I thought he was playing Lacombo there. 3rd down and 11. It's only a 3-man rush, and Traylor's going to extend. He lets it go and is nearly picked off. Might have had a chance to run for it. But for West Virginia, they get a stop and finally get off the field. Now from the 18-yard line, hoping Hoskins can start to get it going a bit more. Starting with the throw over the middle. That's a gain of 5. Spreading the Buffalo defense out. The throw goes downfield. Good catch. It's Nate Okun. Buffalo keeping both safeties back on most plays. Here's a screen now and a 1st down. Good pickup for West Virginia. Great start to this drive. Here's a run now, and the ball's on the ground. West Virginia gets it as Hoskins jumped on the fumble. Leon Edmond almost picked it up. 2nd down, screen pass, and they'll get the lost yardage back and set up a better 3rd down. Not quite in field goal range yet, I wouldn't think. It's 3rd and 8. Pass broken up by Tyreek Carmona. It's the right read for Hoskins, but it's underthrown. Carmona recovers, disrupts the pass in midair, and it's incomplete. Bulls football, 2 and change to play now, and Traylor fakes. Bootleg to the right. He's going to keep this one. It's a 1st down to the 33. Under 2 minutes to go. Jimmy Sampson, he's the running back in these spots. He makes the grab now, and Jimmy has the 1st down. Still with all 3 of their timeouts. Traylor scans, and time runs out. They wrap him up, but barely lose any yardage in the process. 2nd down and 10 for Traylor. Good protection on the money for McNabb, and what a great catch. So sure-handed in those tough spots. 34 yards out. Traylor's hit, but he gets it away. Wide open touchdown. Ben Van Roten. What a time for your first career touchdown. I don't know how Traylor got this pass off, but Ben Van Roten here on the wheel route. The safety comes down to cover at an awkward angle. There's just no way you're going to attack at that angle and recover when Van Roten cuts upfield. What a dominant first half for the Buffalo Bulls, 21-3. Still a minute to go now for West Virginia. Hoskins right to the defense and intercepted. It's Anthony Titus down to the 24, and the Bulls defense has done it again. This was a gift, though. Hoskins really trying to will this team back into the game, and his receivers collide. So the timing is completely thrown off. And the Bulls now look to go up even more. 38 seconds, one timeout, trailer to the air. Plenty of time to find McNabb as he reaches 100 yards receiving. 11 yards away. Trailer swings it out. This is Cleveland to the pylon and marked out at the 1. 21 seconds to go. They line up, run it, and Lacombo's hit in the backfield. Timeout Bulls. They're a half yard away. And Trailer sneaking, didn't get in. They've got to hurry back. No timeouts left. 10 seconds now. They're set. And snap it at 8. Here's Lacombo. Broke a tackle and broke the plane. Touchdown Buffalo. Playing it a little too close there, but they get another touchdown, and they're going to go up 28-3 here in the championship game. An unbelievable start for the Bulls, taking everything that's gotten them to this game and just unleashing everything on this West Virginia team. The ground and pound run game, the big plays that we go to on occasion, and the punishing defense that has been at its best in these postseason games. We've really just seen it all come together in this magical run for Buffalo. But they have to show they can play second half defense and keep West Virginia from getting on a run. Against Purdue, things got a little bit closer because of a pick 6 that gave them hope. We don't want to give West Virginia that same opening. Buffalo gets the ball to start the second half. Good run back, Devin Hester to the 32. And Buffalo now is going to want to grind this game out. It's Trailer keeping, though, and a gain of 6. I don't think we've been too predictable today. This is Lacombo, though. 3rd and 1. I don't care if you know it's coming. Lacombo's getting those yards. He's taken out of the game now, and this is Carlos Harms. He's going to angle out, stiff arm his way ahead, and power inside the 40 of West Virginia. Now Lacombo back in, following Joel Triggs, and breaks it through into the secondary again. In the pistol, Lacombo runs off right tackle, makes a move near the 25, it's 7 yards. Trailer to the air, and he has time. Puts it up in the end zone. That's a catch! Touchdown! They're unstoppable! Sean Blade with the touchdown. The Bulls go up even further. One-on-one, good route to the outside. Enough room to just drop it in. And he gets both feet down. It's 35-3. This is shocking. West Virginia comes in with all this momentum. They've beat USC, gone on such a great run since being named the #1 team. But Buffalo has had a thing for taking down these #1 ranked teams all season. It's happened twice. Now a quarter and a half from it repeating a third time. Hoskins, great pass to the outside. There have been the occasional great throws from Hoskins, and he's 14 for 16. Like, it's not as if he's not making good plays most of the time, but there just hasn't been enough flow to the offense, third down conversions, and you got to finish drives, of course. And they're trying to do that now, down 32. It is a run to the 1. A lot of misdirection and eye candy in the offense, and still cannot break the plane. It's 4th and goal. No, you cannot send out the field goal team here. How do you do this down 32? Field goal's good. 35-6. They weren't containing Lacombo early in this game. How about now when you're down 29 and Lacombo's just been grinding all game? Here's the speedy freshman now. Cleveland to the edge. Turns it up near the 50. That's a big run. And this Buffalo ground game is closing on such a great performance. Another strong run here for Keenan Cleveland, 7 yards. We are into the fourth quarter now. Traylor connects on the outside with Nelly Jarrell up to the 25. Cleveland's the running back. A lot of new receivers in there. That is Neil Gold on the reception. And this is going to be a field goal drive now for the Bulls. And Morgan Grassmanis drills another one. 38-6 here in the fourth. Spread out for Amari Hoskins on first down. And the pass is picked off. That's Larry Pan, the defensive back of the year. He just goes down on his own and gives it back to the Buffalo offense. What a game, everybody. Domination from start to finish. This is a special team. And what a moment we have here, everybody. Kevin Babineau, the senior, is in, but so is D'Angelo Meyer. It's his first action of the year. With us adding to Marco Lacombo, Keenan Cleveland, and the emergence of Jimmy Sampson, I wanted to encourage Meyer to transfer before the season. However, Meyer would suffer an injury training. He broke his tibia, and we've had him redshirted instead. And we'll give him a chance to make his next decision at the end of this year. But he was recently medically cleared to return, and he is out there in what's going to likely be his last action as a Bull, and he's helping us run this out all the way inside the 10. What a team, everybody. It's been so much fun to see this team come together over these 8 seasons. And now Morgan Grassmanis, this could be the last kick of his career, and he's going to end on a high note. It's been a great season for the senior kicker. I can't believe we haven't allowed a touchdown yet. Hoskins threads another one. That's a great catch by Nate Okung. Still over a minute to go, and Hoskins lets it go on third down. Double covered and broken up on the play. And they're just going to kick another field goal. All right, then. It's good. But at 41-9, that is going to do it, everybody. Babineau takes a knee, and the Buffalo Bulls are officially college football national champions. This is the team that's finally gotten the job done. It's such a special team. We have so many series mainstays and players that have been here over the course of the last 4 or 5 years as redshirt seniors now in the case of Leon Edmond and Antoine Gatto. But at the same time, you've got a true freshman at quarterback in Kenyon Traylor, a true freshman running back in Keenan Cleveland. DeMarco Lacombo's a sophomore. This team's here because of the way these dominant young players have meshed with the veterans that were here back in the MAC days, competing for titles there. They all end up teammates here for this one special season. And that's how it ends, with a title going to Buffalo. This is one of my favorite championships brought to the channel, and it's our first in a very long time. This ends up being a dominant playoff run for Buffalo. Beyond that tough, low-scoring game against Tennessee, we've managed to then go on and win our next 3 games all by multiple scores. Another thing, too, this is only possible because of what's changed in the college football world. Here with College Football 25, of course, we have the 12-team playoff. And without that, we don't have this chance. Not with a 3-loss season and no conference championship. We are the team that peaks at just the right time despite having a good regular season. Maybe it fell short of great. And now we are the champions after 8 years of building up this program. Here's the history of this series going back to 2024. That 3-win season was tough. The 4 wins the next year wasn't much better. And then you start to see the real progress with the bowl game win there in season 3. No postseason success the next 2 years. That's when we lost back-to-back MAC championship games and the bowl games that followed. That was difficult to have a 4-game losing streak in the postseason. What a fitting send-off this is for so many of these amazing players. Leon Edmond, Antoine Gatto go out champions, Troy Hodel. This was an awesome team. And some of these players popped up in some cases for just a year. Like in the case of Larry Pan, he's a 1-year starter. Ends up being DB of the year and stuffs the stat sheet like a dominant inside linebacker. It was amazing. And now with College Football 26 around the corner, we do need to talk about the end of this series. I have been intending to go through 9 years. Of course, until I went through the national championship, I wasn't sure if we'd have a title this year or need one more to have a chance at doing it. But now we have that big milestone crossed off. We've won our title. I still will go through a 9th season in the Dynasty. I don't intend to make videos for every game as I have been. I want to make sure that I have everything wrapped up before we get to College Football 26. In the past, some of my series have gone on into the next game, but I really try to avoid that now at all costs, especially when I think we've accomplished the main goal here of the Dynasty. But I will be playing through a Season 9. I just don't know about 10 or beyond. Of course, you'd like a fitting end for now guys like Kenyon Traylor and Keenan Cleveland and everybody else. But we'll see what I can do in this next month. I'm going to kind of be experimenting as I do at the end of a lot of these series now. I'm not going to do a video for every game, but I'm not going to simulate these games either. I'm going to play as much as I can. I can't promise a 10th season, but we will have a year to defend the title at the least. And I imagine I'll have something that looks maybe a little bit more like that last Saints season, where there were some one-game videos for games I thought were good enough to show that way, but otherwise I did summarize a lot of those games. And I think that'd be a cool way to just knock out however much more in this series that I can, whether it's 1 year or whatever. But I feel like it's a good time to just experiment with whatever ideas I have. If I feel like streaming a game or just making a video that contains a bunch of games within. At this point, I feel I can end the series and be happy with the package. And it's been an incredible journey to stuff now into what's been around 11 months. These series for me have often needed 2 years to make it this far. But as I've focused on less series overall, some different things have been possible with the series I do over on the second channel and now this one. To already be through 8 years is something I had never really done before. I get so used to doing the series, though. I'm just used to always getting into the next episode, the next game, but I know we're going to be on the College Football 26 soon, some new content there, and we'll see what the next year brings our way. But we still have a month to go until 26, and I still really enjoy playing the games in this series, so I will be moving on to the next year. I'd still like to do one more off-season stream for this team Wednesday. We can kind of celebrate the series knowing that we're nearing the end. And just thank you all for supporting the series, now 117 episodes into it, and we have a championship. Please leave all your feedback down below in the comment section. I am looking forward to going through it. Please leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and I hope you're looking forward to what's next in this series and beyond with College Football 26. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you next time.